Alright, so the process I used to time the needle onto the bobbin hook was as follows. First, you want to loosen this screw. Where is it? The screw right here. This is going to hold the hub of the bobbin case onto the shaft from the gearbox. So once you loosen that screw, you'll be able to turn it. I recommend not taking it all the way out, just slightly loosen it so that you can spin the bobbin case when you need to. And then what you'll want to do is advance the mechanism until the needle is on its downward trend. And as you see, the needle is coming in through the top here. And as it comes down, you want to watch for the point that it just stops moving and begins its upward travel. And you want to time the hook to pass in front of the needle right there, the way it is, right through the swarf of the needle. The swarf is going to be the small little cutout on the back side of the needle that's meant for the hook to pass through in between the thread and the needle. So you'll want to rotate the bobbin case until that hook right there is coming right through the swarf just after the needle starts its upward trend. And since this is a zigzag machine, you'll have to take the best of all three positions. So you'll want to move your needle to the left side and get the hook to just barely hook in at the last moment, and then move it to the right side and make sure that the hook is going through right at the beginning of the upward travel. That way that when you're running a zigzag stitch, you can get the hook to engage the thread through the swarf on all positions. And I'll show you another view in just a second, but this is just to show you as the needle moves upward, you want that hook to go right through the swarf of the needle. And this is a little better view of the hook right here. So this is the part that actually catches the thread, and this is what the timing is all about, making sure that that catches right at the right point for the different length needle. And then on the front side, let's see if we can get a view of this. So this is with the needle in the center of the plate. I'll advance all the way around. So as the needle's coming down, it should miss that opening in the bobbin carrier. And then right as it's about to move upwards, let's see if I can get this to focus correctly. So it's just moving up right now, and then that hook passes right through on its travel upwards. And then I will move the needle to its leftmost position, and we'll see that action again. So you'll see that hook still travels through the swarf as the needle is just coming up, but on the hook needs to pass completely by the needle before the eye of the needle comes up out of the bobbin carrier. And then we'll move it all the way to the right, and at this point you'll see that the hook just now passes behind the needle right as the needle is just coming up out of its bottommost point. So here it hits the bottom, and then it starts to move up right now, and then the hook is passing right in the very top of the swarf. So because this is a zigzag machine, you have to make sure that hook passes through the swarf in the correct time for all positions. Otherwise, your zigzag will turn into a bird's nest. So once you've got those positions correct, then you'll want to, as before, tighten this screw right here and make sure that this is tightened down very good. And so that will lock the rotational position of your bobbin carrier. in time with your needle bar. The other thing to pay attention to is the distance between the face of the hook and the back of the needle. It's kind of hard to see with the feed dogs in place. But you'll want that hook to be fairly close to the back of the needle as it's coming through. I'm going to move this back to the center where I can see. So in this case, it's maybe a millimeter away. It could be closer. It really depends on how tolerant your machine parts are at this age. Mine, the bobbin case kind of flops around a little bit. It wiggles a little forward and back. So I have it set to where all of my stitches work at full machine speed. But if you need to adjust the front and back spacing of it in the axis this direction, what you're going to look for is this screw right here. Oh, no, this one right here. If you loosen this screw, you can, hopefully, if your mechanism isn't rusted, you can pull the bobbin case through that bushing that locks it in and move the axis up and down in this direction. Just, once again, make sure once you've got it in position, tighten that screw down again, because otherwise it can move again once it's running. But those are all the steps that I went through, and I'm running a standard 2020 Singer needle that is industry standard at this point for home machines, and it does not interfere with the bobbin or the carrier or the case in any way. Alright, now I've got the machine threaded all the way from the top with green, and I still have that bobbin with the black thread installed. And so we'll pull this out just a little bit. I'll go ahead and launch that down into the bobbin. Pull that up. And we'll see if I can do this with one hand. Haha. Alright. So now hopefully you can see I've got both the black thread from the bobbin and the green thread from the top. I pulled through. And then this is a little piece of just scratch fabric that I've been using. I have the knee control disconnected, so I'm going to have to do this from underneath the cabinet. Where is it? There we go. So at this point I'm just running a straight stitch. And no hands. And then pull out. Just make sure this is all the way up. There we go. As you can see, green on the top with the black just poking through. Then on the back side, black thread going just fine. So yeah, that's how I've timed my machine to run instead of the 306x1 or the 15x1 needles, to use 2020 needles. No other modifications to the machine as far as I know. Your mileage may vary because I'm not sure of the exact history of this machine before I got it. Somebody may have done something else, but I don't know, maybe worth a try to see if you can adjust the timing on your machine to run a 2020 needle. Yeah, and then just, final shot of the whole machine.